Hello everyone.
Welcome to you all in today's first online session of our chapter number 14. And do you know what is the name of our chapter number 14? Which themes we have to study in this chapter? So, the name of our chapter number 14, that is the smart charts. Yes, you already studied this theme in your previous standard, but some more further things we are going to study in this chapter. So now in this today's session we are just taking the introduction of this chapter, and then we are going to see and study and learn the types of graph. So let us begin our today's session of chapter number 14, that is the smart chart. The information collected in the form of numerical figures in a survey, that is known as data. What is the meaning of data? If you collect any information, any numerical information in any kind of survey, then that information, that numerical data, it becomes a data for you. And with the help of this data, you have to draw some charts. It depends on the types of data. Now, the data gives precise and exact and quick information about any of the things. If you are doing the survey of the number of boys and number of girls which studied in one particular school, then you are getting the exact and quick informations of that survey. Then the data, if you are collecting that data from any of the place, then you can represent this data in a different ways. How? In the tabular form, in the form of pictograph, in the form of bar graph, or in the form of circle graph. The circle graph, that is known as the pie charts. So see here first, tabular form of this data. You can see here in the form of the table there were given some of the data. First, in the first form, in the first column they were given how many hours the students are watching the TV or listening the radio in a week, and then in the second side, on another side, they were given the number of children. So here this data is collected in the form of number and it is put in one table. Therefore, it is known as the tabular form of this data. And if you want to draw the tally marks for this data, then you can do, because these all numbers are small and you can make the tally marks for this data. So this is the first form of data, that is the tabular form. Now, uses of pictograph. If you are collecting any of the data and you are just draw some picture, it represent in the form of the picture, then it is known as the pictograph. What is the uses of that pictograph? So we can say that this method is often used for the purpose of quick and clear understanding. If you are just seeing anywhere number, then it's quite difficult to you to remember that number. But if you are representing the data in the form of picture, then it's a clear understanding and quickly learn that data. And if you want to do the comparison of that data, then you can do easily compare that data with the help of picture, because it's a quite quick and clear understanding, and also that data is attract to you with the help of the picture. Then after, pictures are generally eye-catching. It means if you are seeing anywhere first numerical information, and if you see on the another side any picturized information, then what are you doing? First, you are seeing, you are taking the interest in that picture because it's a eye catchy, because it attracts to you and have a more lasting impression on your mind of the observation. If you are seeing any one side on tabular form data, means the numerical information, and if you see on the another side any picturized information, then which one is long lasting, which one is you remember for a long time? Yes, that picturized information that you are remember for a long lasting, for a long time. Such representation you can see in the employed in the business concern, then in some of the industries. For the advertisement concern, you can see this type of pictograph, and they are using for the presentation of certain information to the general public. If they want to give any general information to the public, then they are using this type of pictograph. Why they are using this type of pictograph? Because they want to attract the customer, they want to attract the public. Therefore, in that type of presentation, they are using this type of pictograph. Let us see the example of this pictograph. Here they were given some numerical data, and this numerical data you want to representation with the help of pictograph symbol, with the help of some pictures. So here they were given, this table represent the number of flowers of a nursery produces. In the month of January, February, how many flowers a nursery produce? 350. Then in a March, April, 800. May, June, 200. July, August, 700. September, October, 650. And November, December, 100. If you want to draw the tally marks for this data, then it's a quite long. So whenever you are not supposed to do the tally marks, at that time you want to use this pictograph. And see here they were given the symbol that one flower is equal to 100 flowers. One symbol of flower you have to consider as 100 flowers. So in the month of January, February, there are 350 flowers. So what you want to do? You have to draw first 3 whole flowers. And then for that remaining 50, you want to draw half flower only. So this type of information which attracts to you, and you are learn, you are easily understanding for a long lasting. Now, can you think what is the advantage and disadvantage of pictograph? See here. What are the advantages? So first advantage of the pictograph is that is the easy to read. If you want to read it, then you can easily understand. Then quick understanding and all the languages. For that pictograph, you are not supposed to read it. You have to just see it. So if they were given pictograph in any language, then you can easily understand. Now what are the disadvantage of this pictograph? It's a simple data. Then for the limited topic, you can draw the pictogram. And if the data in the smaller unit, then this thing is possible pictograph. For a very large amount, it is not possible to draw the pictogram as well as the tally mark. So these are the advantage and disadvantage of pictograph. Now, What is the bar graph? See here, a bar graph is a chart with a rectangular bars to represent the data. If you want to represent any of the data in a rectangular bars, then that graph is known as bar graph. In a bar graph, data is represented by a number of bars, yani number of rectangles, and the length but the breadth of that bar is always same, and there is a gap between the two bars is also same. Then next one, the bars can be drawn horizontally as well as the vertically. So let us see some of the examples of bars of which is drawn horizontally and vertically. So here you can see this is the bar graph. You can see here this is the heading of this bar graph. Now see here there were given these bars to you. So the width of this bar is same in all the graph, and you can see here also the distance between these two graphs, the distance between these two bars is also same, and here they are using one scale. Then this is the month and this is the number of students. These all are the different parts of this bar graph. Without this part, our bar graph is incomplete. So let us see one another. This one is also the same graph, but here they are just changed the situation of these bars. First they were given the horizontally, now here they were given vertically bars to you, but all the things are same. They were given here heading also, here scale, here month, and here they were given the number of students. So these all things they were given in this bar graph. So the first one, a bar graph must have, if you want to draw any bar graph, then some of the things you want to mention it. Which are that? The first one is that a title, that you already see that a title explaining. If you are write down the title of any of the bar graph, then with the help of the title you can say, you can understand that information, what is the information they have given in that graph. The second one, that is the horizontal and vertical scales, that already we see that the vertical and horizontal scales they were given to you, means which information they were write down in horizontal, which information they were write down in the vertical scale. In the previous graph you see that they were given the month to you and they were given the number of students to you. So that is the scale, vertical and horizontal scales they were given. Then they explain the label explaining the scales. On right hand side upper you can see that they were given some label to you. So that is also important part. Now the last, just like a pictograph, a bar graph also help us to compare the data. In a pictograph we compare some of the data. So as well as with the help of the bar graph you also compare some of the data and understand that data quickly and better. Now the next one, that is the understanding bar graph. If you want to understand the bar graph, then something you have to keep in your mind that is the width of all the bars is the same. You see already that they were given some bars to you which represent the data, but the width of that bars is always same. Their lengths are fluctuate, but their width is not fluctuate in all that. The second thing is that the gap between the two bars is also same, that already we studied. Then the third one, that is the longest bar represents the greatest number and the shorter bar represent the small number. If that bar is long, then that is the greatest number. If that bar is short, then it represents the small number. Now what about the identical bars? What is the meaning of identical? Identical means same. If they were given two bars same, then what is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is that represented, it represents the same number. If two bars are similar means what? That both the bars represent the same number. The last one, that is the bar graph has a title. Now, circle graph. Circle graph is known as the pie graph or a pie chart. The information which collected in a survey is representing on one circle. That's why it is known as the circle graph. And the another name for the circle graph is pie chart. So, a pie chart is a circle, or we can say it's a graph where one whole circle is given, and one whole circle means they were given 100% or a one whole. This circle graph, this pie chart, you can represent in the form of percentage or in the form of fraction. You can represent it. The value on the pie chart can be as a whole number or in the fractional or in the percentage form. It varies from data to data. Now, how to read this pie chart? How to read this circle graph? So see here, they were given this pie chart, that is the favorite subject of a group of the people. How many people like English? 16. How many people like mathematics? 18. How many people like science? 12. How many people are like their mother tongue? That is the 6. So we can say that there are total how many pupils are there? 16 plus 18 plus 12 plus 6. So there are total 52 pupils, 52 students are there. Thank you. I hope you understand this thing, this introduction and the types of graph very easily and clearly. Thank you.